make a move, or die alone.
Hey, how y'all doing this week? Welcome to this week's show. Bonafide OG here. Don't die alone. So this week we're gonna talk about dating and how, for some reason, that has become a regular part of our lives now. Now I know that women see it as something to meet a guy and get around and get to know a guy, but for some reason, it's just a commercial venture. That's how dating is. And it's actually legalized prostitution if you look at the laws and where we came from. No, men are going to adjust to what you want, ladies. And if dating is what you want, then that's what we'll do. So that's why it's you guys are 80% of the consumer base, because everything is done by men for you. This is what we do. We adjust to what it is. It used to be that, your father would have to give him a cow or a goat or some money. Well, now we have to spend money just to get to know you, just to spend time with you. It's a commercial venture. It's a sucker's move, and it don't really help with relationships. So let's talk about this on the other side of the video. See you then.
Ladies, today we're going to talk about dating and how it's a scam and a consumer thing and has nothing to do with you finding a mate or a husband or long-term relationship partner. You all have made it to when men have to date you, which I don't think a lot of stuff that women do today, I think you guys don't really understand how that came about. Before, people didn't date. You didn't date to find a wife. You didn't. Black women before 1960 were married at an 80% rate. 8 out of 10 black women were married. Now, how did they get married? It wasn't from dating. It had nothing to do with love. Marriage is a sort of business contract. It's a relationship where you want to be happy and you want to be in love. But that's not the purpose of marrying somebody. When you hear those vows at your wedding and they say to honor, what do you think that means? That is to honor your heritage, your ancestors, the people who sacrificed so that you can exist. And for some reason, most women want to be married, but don't even know what marriage is. They think marriage is falling in love with somebody and living happily ever after. Do they do that in the fairy tales? Did Cinderella or Snow White or Sleeping Beauty, any of them date the prince before they fucking married him? So how do you think dating became a thing? Because all dating is prostitution. That's all it is. If you see a prostitute leave her home and go out to work, she's going to date. And any man that dates you is just trying to fuck you like a prostitute. That's why it's called dating. It used to be courting a long time ago, a little over 100 years ago. And I know y'all might say, well, damn, that was 100 years ago. Listen, let me just say this so you'll understand something, because I know women can't think too far ahead in the future. 100 years is not that long, ladies. That's the lifespan of just a little more than the average woman. The average woman in the United States lives to be 79.5 years old. The average man is 74 years old. 74 years, 75 years, 79 years, that's almost 100 years. That's one lifetime. And a lot of people are now living to be 100. You have a 1 in 10 chance of living to be 100 years old now because of technology and medicine and how everything is worked into the health system. 1 in 10 chance of living to be 100 years old. So if I say something is from 100 years ago, that's in the lifetime of your grandmother or your great-grandmother. It's not that long ago. Let's put it like this. Let's say you were born in 1990, which means you're 32 or 33 right now. Do you think you're going to live to see 2070? Because that's about how long you're going to live on average. It's 2023. That seems like a long time from now. But it's just one lifetime. It's one lifetime. So I'm going to tell you what was happening in your great-grandmother or grandmother's day. First off, any of y'all who know a prostitute, and because I think dating is prostitution, probably all of y'all are prostitutes or know a prostitute if you're dating. That's what they call it when they go out and walk the stroll. Dating. That's what dating is. And how it went from courting to dating is because big business can make money off of it. It's a trick to take your money. That's what dating is. They made you believe that you need to date a guy, fall in love with him, and then start your family. But we know that a lot of y'all fall in love with guys that ain't shit. You don't even know how to pick a guy with vetting. When love and dating got nothing to do with marriage. Marriage is sort of a business contract to honor your ancestors. You marry somebody for companionship, yes, but it's basically for children. And so that you have assets to leave to somebody. You're always talking about generational wealth. I always hear women talking about it and don't even know what generational wealth is about. Family. It's not about money. It's not about money. You don't have a generation without family. So you could do like Oprah Winfrey, be a billionaire. Who is she leaving her money to? Who gets that wealth? Think about that for a minute. A lady that every woman thinks is a big boss bitch, billionaire. Who does her money go to? She ain't got no kids. She ain't got no husband. Where does her money go? So she worked her whole life and accumulated massive wealth, which you would consider generational wealth. Who gets it? Who gets that hard-working woman's money? The government? A charity? A fucking cat? Who gets it? You've been bamboozled into believing that you need to date, fall in love, and marry, or build generational wealth without a man. I don't understand what you women are thinking. Mostly it's because you don't really know that. You're the most educated women in the history of women and don't know shit. They tell you to your face, dating is what you want to do. You need to date this guy. That's what prostitutes do. They date guys for money, and the guys do that for sex. And why is the guy dating you? For sex. Not for marriage. No guy starts dating a woman for marriage. He's dating you for sex. And guess what? You prostitute bitches is giving us sex. We taking y'all on dates and fucking y'all. That's what we do. That's what men do. And you can't see that it's a bamboozle. Men adjust. Okay, that's what you want? We'll do it like that. It used to be we would see a woman we like, we may speak to her, but we would go to her family and show our worthiness for having to court her. Show that we can provide for her and any children that she may have, any offspring, and that we will honor that family. and she will honor our family. And you would go stroll down the street or to the park with your mom and his mom following y'all, and you decide whether you think you're compatible with this guy, whether you like him enough, whether he could provide for you and you thought he would treat you well. Once that was established, which was maybe seeing the person once or twice, the marriage was made up. The marriage was arranged. Now, super long ago, the father would have to pay the guy to take you. Yeah, your father would have had to pay a guy to marry you. Give him some cows or some goats or something. And in the Middle East and in other countries, they still do that. Because women don't really bring value to a man. I know that sounds crazy. I know you working and got your own money. And that money means nothing to a man that can provide for his family. It means nothing. That's your play money. That's your money to fall into the other consumer traps that women fall into. Just over 100 years ago, dating as we know it today, where a man would meet a woman, buy her food, flowers, gifts, whatever, was illegal. It was a felony. Women would get arrested and sent to prison if they were seen out in public alone with a man and he started giving her gifts. Law enforcement looked at that as prostitution. But the economy grew from that, and they started to accept it. That, hey, we can have men spend money just to see this girl and spend time with her, not fuck her like a prostitute, and we can make big money off of it. Now, how do we do that? Well, first we convince them to paint their faces. We're going to change the name of face paint to makeup. And we're going to brand it as make yourself up glamorous. Prior to 1900, which was 120 years ago, to a little over 1.5 lifetimes of your grandparents or your great-grandparents, makeup was made up. The only people who wore that were actresses and prostitutes. Now all of y'all wear it, and y'all getting dated, and all of y'all are fucking basically prostitutes. That's what you are. We're dating you to fuck you. You're putting on makeup to glam yourself up like a prostitute. And you didn't even know the history of that. See, let me tell you something why men like natural. Natural usually established clean living. That you're not out here getting fucked all the time. That's what natural used to show. Clean living. That's what it meant. So the woman that walked around natural was respected as a lady. The woman with face paint or makeup was considered a prostitute. A man would approach you and offer you money for sex. But he wouldn't approach the natural girl unless he wanted to court her. I know this is harsh. I know it is. But it's unbelievable that you guys can't see it. You guys spend $150 on your eyelashes. $150, $200, $300, some of y'all. Do you even know why those things even exist? In 1882, a prostitute in London invented those eyelashes to keep the cum out of her eyes when her clients were coming on her face. She didn't want them to come in her mouth, so she let them pull out and they came on her face. So she created cumbrellas. And y'all pay money to put that on your face and think that that's attractive to men. That's what you think. No man has ever commented on your eyelashes other than to probably put them down. No man has ever said, oh, those eyelashes are so long and beautiful. No, they didn't. So you're making yourself to look like a prostitute, and then you're dating just like a prostitute. And you think you're doing something smarter and you win in life. How? How are you winning? When 80% of the children in the black community are born to a single parent, a single mother. How is that winning? When not only are you a prostitute, but you're pulling the whole community down with the way you think. So a lot of y'all be like, well, I don't even need a man. I'll pay my own bills. I do this, this, and this. What is life about, ladies? Do you not think that men and women are better together than apart? You don't want to be with a man, really? You don't want to be with a man because your heart got broke? Because you don't know how to hold a conversation? Because you're too masculine? Y'all wearing them umbrellas and all that makeup, and y'all done got so fucking big that we don't know if you're part of the alphabet community or not. A lot of times a guy's gonna have to ask you if you was even born a woman. Because if you look in the magazines in the 1990s, you'll see RuPaul. And he got the long lashes, the makeup, the wig, the long fingernails. What the fuck do you think those long fingernails do for a man? You think that turns him on? Or it makes you feel better that you can scratch your ass with them? I don't understand. About 85% of the national debt belongs to women. So the economy benefits from keeping you single. That generational wealth you're looking for, you'll never get single and alone. Or you'll be like Oprah. Who's going to get it? What generation? Women, you cannot do anything better than a man. You're more educated, you're still not creating shit. You're more free than you ever been, and you're fucking up the whole community with your freedom. Y'all out here raising 80% of the babies with no daddy. And then the statistics are showing that they're becoming criminals, prostitutes, murder victims, dropouts. That's what y'all kids are becoming. That's what the fuck y'all raising. Where's the generation in that? The generational wealth shit. Now, I know a lot of y'all done fucked y'all life up. Y'all done went out here and got the tingles from some good-looking guy that wasn't shit, got pregnant by him. But you ain't the only one, because none of y'all have a baby daddy who don't have other baby mamas. Which one you are, who knows? You might be number 1, you might be number 7. Because all of y'all fucking the same guys. And the thing is, how are all of y'all fucking the same sorry motherfuckers? How are y'all fucking all motherfuckers who don't pay child support to take care of their kids? What the fuck is up with that? When the numbers show that black men are the most engaged with their children out of any race. So you are fucked up at picking shit. And then you give a man the honor of having his child and carrying on his lineage? Now I understand you ain't raising him with no man, so he gonna be fucked up most of the time anyway. Not all of them, but most of them. The majority of those kids are gonna end up in prison, drug addicts, alcoholics, prostitutes, OnlyFans girls, strippers, dead. You motherfuckers will throw a party for a motherfucker that just got out of prison for robbing somebody, but not for a motherfucker that graduated from college. This is how fucked up this community is and why it's not progressive. And you can say it's the men, but it's not. The statistics show that if a black man raises his children, they're going to be 20 times more likely to be successful than if a woman does it without a man. Not only that, it's so dumb what you're doing that WebMD shows 70% of women raising a child without a man die prematurely over women who have a man. You can look it up. That is crazy that you all can't see what's going on here. And then if somebody like me says something about it, just maybe to make you aware of what's going on, because I'm saying it harshly or in a tone you don't like, I'm downgrading and degrading black women. I love black women. Ain't never been with nothing but black women in any kind of real relationship. And I done been in a lot of relationships. I'm an old man. I've seen a lot. If you was born in 1990, there wasn't even no fucking pages. They were just coming out. Only doctors had cell phones and politicians. Life moves fast, and it ain't no joke. It's cruel. It moves fast, and it ain't no joke. If you have a child and don't have a male role model in your home, you are really hurting your children. Statistics show it. Look it up yourself. Look at the 2020 census and look it up yourself. Look at the crime statistics and look it up yourself. Look at the young men dying and look it up yourself and see that a man is a must in the home. The only way the community is going to get strong is to get back to what's right, not what costs money for the economy to go. Don't you know when you say those vows, do you even know what they mean? Do you even know why you want to get married? And most women do want to get married. Do you even know why though? You ladies think it's for companionship and love. Marriage has nothing to do with love. Hopefully you get a man that treats you right with respect and honor. If he does that, you're going to fall in love with him. But love is an emotion. It comes and goes. Love is not permanent, but honor is. Respect is. You stop respecting somebody when they make you stop respecting them. That's the only time. But you can fall out of love anytime. And that's why marriage is like a business. It's like when you don't want to go to work. You still go to work because you got to survive. Well, marriage is similar. You stay married because you want to honor your bloodline and your heritage. That's what it's about. You marry men that can provide and protect. You marry for security because when 2060 or 2070 come around, ain't no man gonna want you if you ain't got one. If you ain't got no man, you 50, 55, 60 years old, you got a 6% chance of ever having a mate. What use are you to a man? What use are you? Think about that. You have nothing to offer a man once you stop being able to have children. So women, you are on the clock. 35 is geriatric pregnancy. You're on the clock. You need to establish your family young. Now, how do you do that? How do you do that if you're a 30-year-old woman with 2 kids and 2 baby daddies? How do you do that? The same way they did it a long time ago. You stop with this dating prostitution, which is what you're doing to meet a man, and try to find a man through friends, family, even with modern internet. Find a man that can provide for you. That means he's going to have to be established and have his own. That means he's going to be able to teach you stuff and be calm about how you do things. He's going to be able to teach you that generational wealth ain't about money. It's not. It's about family. Well, who can teach you that? If you're 30 with 2 kids, who could teach you what you need to know to honor your heritage and to make it in life, to make it to 2060 and 2070 and not be homeless or have to self-delete, which is growing in astronomical numbers among women. There's more homeless women now than there's ever been. Look at any fucking city and look at the shelters. They'll have 10 shelters, 9 of them are for women with children. Only 1 for men. So men know we have to perform or we'll end up on the streets. What y'all not realizing is how many of y'all are single and dying alone and being homeless. Eating cat food. You can't live off Social Security. If that's your retirement plan, you're done. You're done. You need to get with a man that is going to take care of you. You need to get with a man that can leave you and your children something. Did your mama and your daddy leave you something they died, or your grandparents? It's not about money. It's not. It's about honor and respect for women. Men, it's about money. Because I know y'all say, well, why would I have to take a dude I'm not attracted to? I heard that a few times on this show. We know that attraction is not the most important thing. We know that. If that's the case, what attracted bitches to Flavor Flav? Kodak Black, Biggie Smalls. What attracted y'all to them? Them good-looking guys to y'all? Those are attractive men to you? Or was it their status and money? Because I'm sure no matter what a motherfucker look like, if he got status and money, he gonna have plenty of women. And you know this. And you know this. So stop with that. Stop with that being an excuse. I'm not attracted to a guy. That ain't got nothing to do with it. It's got nothing to do with it. Ladies, please, help yourselves and help the community. It's not hard. Quit trying to be men. Sex, silence, and a sandwich will get you farther than any argument you got in your mouth. Most of y'all talk too much anyway and really have nothing to say. If nobody asks you for your opinion on something, why are you talking about it? Why are you talking about anything? If you want to fall in love with somebody before you marry them, and that's what you're basing your relationship on, how long is that love going to last? What is the most successful marriages? You can check the data on the Bureau of Records and Marriage Statistics. You can check it. Arranged marriages are the most successful marriages. They don't know each other. They're not in love with each other. They marry like a business. A good family marrying their son or daughter off to a good family. Now, guess what else? The man is usually 10 to 15 years older than the woman. 10 to 15 years older than the woman. But they only have a 4% failure rate in the United States. Arranged marriages are positive and last many years, 96% of the time. Where marriages where you can choose the dude you want and date him and go out with him and give him all kind of fucking sex and find out you like him and he's cute. 40% success rate of being with that man into your 40s. 40%. Where prearranged marriage, 98% success rate. So even though you may not like what I'm saying, the numbers show that this is how it works. This is what makes it right. This is what makes it right. This is how we save the community and let it excel. How the fuck can an illegal immigrant, who if he gets stopped by the police is getting deported, live a better life than you? How can he come to a country, can't speak the language, has no money, a lot of times no real skills, but willing to work hard? How does he end up living a better life than you? How come it's not illegal immigrant ghettos, but it's black ghettos? And black people have been here for 400 plus years. How is that possible? Because, ladies, only 1 in 4 you guys will ever get married in your lifetime. 1 in 4. You went from 80% being married to 26% being married in one lifetime. That's crazy. Because you don't respect men. Because for some reason in your head, men enslaved their wives or beat their wives or left their wives broke and homeless. Where did that come from? Where did that come from when statistics show complete opposite? How can you think, well, I got to get my shit together before I get with a guy and raise my family because he might leave me? When black men only file 10 to 20% of their divorces. 10 to 20%. The other 80% are filed by women. Guess why? They ain't in love no more. That love went away. But you know what happens when you leave a motherfucker? When you break up with somebody? When you think back up on that relationship, you always remember real positive stuff. I mean, unless the guy was an abuser or something, that's understandable. You wouldn't have good memories from that. But when you leave a guy, you'll start having good memories. You'll start remembering the good times. And you know what happens? Year down the road, 6 months down the road, 2, 3 years down the road, you call back on guys you already been with and it didn't work. This is what you do when you get lonely. You call back on guys that, damn, it should have worked, but you was too stupid to keep it, to stay there. That's what y'all do. So you go into the marriage or the relationship with fear. Worrying about what can happen. Why would you go in without hope? How is that possible that you're with somebody and have no hope from the beginning? How do you love somebody and have no hope from the beginning? How are you looking at it as fear? Oh, I got to get my stuff together before I get with him because he might put me out. He might leave me. Every law, every family court law is set up so that women who stay at home and raise the kids, if the husband left them, which is very rare, he loses half his shit, half his pension, probably the marital home, pays child support, a lot of times alimony. The laws are set up so that you forego that career and raise your family and don't worry about negative shit. Because if something negative happens, they're going to make sure you're taken care of. That's what it's about, ladies. You got to go into relationships with hope. You got to go in relationships looking for a purpose of somebody that can provide that security. Because that's what's important. Because you're the weaker of the species. You're the weakest part of it. Women don't create anything. You're extractors from society. You guys don't contribute to society. You're extractors. And the funny part about it is, you're scared to get into relationships without nothing or without your education or whatever it is because you feel like the man might leave you high and dry. You want to be able to take care of yourself. That's not hopeful. How are you going to stay in a marriage or a relationship and that's how you come in thinking? How? How does that work? If you're looking for love before you get in a relationship, how long does that last? What is the longest that love ain't even a thing, man. It's not even a thing. If a man treats you right and respects you, you're gonna fall in love with him. You're gonna have strong feelings for him. Again, I go back to the fairy tales. Prince, a strong provider, strong leader, the prince. The princesses that were sleeping, the little Snow White and Cinderella, one time they seen them guys and they married them. And guess what? Lived happily ever after. Because they came into that relationship with hope. They came in with hope. So all the excuses that you girls are making, the statistics show is not working for you or for the community. It's not. You got kids with no daddies. 80%, 8 out of 10 people in the black community are being born to a single mother. What kind of shit is that? And then when you raising them, the statistics show that they the ones that's keeping the society down. They the ones who are messing up everything. Y'all breeding all kind of criminals and degenerates and then wondering why the black community can't get ahead. Why people look down on y'all. Why is it always discrimination? Why? You would think that the way that you girls act, that you ladies act, that you got niggas lined up coming after you. You got black men. Ain't nobody else coming after you. Ain't no Hispanic, white, Asian men lining up for no black women. You got black men and you got nothing else. That's what you got. But you want to walk around looking like RuPaul to try to attract us, weighing more than us. Average black woman, 5'4", 170 pounds. What the fuck? You bigger than the average man. What the hell? Then you wearing these long fake ass umbrellas, wigs. Let me tell you how dumb y'all are. This is how dumb you ladies are. They've convinced you to spend your money because you're the biggest consumers in the United States on BBLs. That's what they convinced you to do. Take the fat out your fat ass stomach and put it in your ass, and that's going to make you more, what? Attractive? It's going to make you a bigger prostitute. People going to date you more to fuck you more because you're a prostitute now. That's what it does. Think about 2060, 2070. You think you're going to be happy with the BBLs? With all them tattoos all over? You think you'll be happy with that? Or you going to be like K. Michelle, running to get that shit took out? Come on, man. Can y'all look ahead just a little? Just a little more than 2023. Come on now. You know you can't have no BBL in the wheelchair when your ass too big to get in the wheelchair because you done put all that fat from your fucking belly into your ass instead of just losing weight and stop eating so many goddamn cheeseburgers. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Then get mad at a nigga like me for telling you. You get mad because I'm saying the truth. But I ain't saying it soft and gentle because this is an epidemic. The community needs help. And you girls, you ladies are the only ones who can help it. You're the only ones who can help it. We're leaving the community. Black men are leaving in droves. We're marrying foreigners. We're marrying white women. We're for the first time in history, black men are marrying more outside the race. That increased for the first time in history, 2020. We're leaving you girls. So in 2060 or 2070, when your old ass ain't with nobody, pulling the Oprah Winfrey with all kind of fucking money and nobody to leave it to, or a bunch of fucking kids up in prison or dead, homeless, eating cat food off Social Security, you ain't got nobody to blame but yourselves because you won't listen. You won't listen. You won't take action. Fine. Fine. If that's how you see your life, Miss, I'm an entrepreneur with a fucking lash business. How many millionaire lash people you know? How many fucking millionaires you know sell bundles? That's your business. Fashion. The only millionaires you even heard of with fashion is the designers. Because y'all stupid asses buying. You're the consumer. They sell to you and they sell you lies. This is why men lie to you. Because the truth is hard to handle. The truth is hardly ever pleasant, ladies. It's hardly ever pleasant. When you hear the truth about something, it's usually some bad shit. It's hardly ever pleasant. This is real unnecessary. It's a real tragedy what's happening to our community. And what's even worse is that you ladies don't see it or don't want to help and do nothing about it. Feel like, oh, I'm the special one that's going to get away with it. Oh, there's 20% of motherfuckers kids who growing up right. That's my kids. This is how y'all thinking. While you're burying your son. While you sending commissary money to the fucking state penitentiary. While your daughters is getting raped by their fucking cousins. Because y'all don't know how to fucking raise the right type of men by yourself. You got to do, ladies. You got to do better, ladies. You got to do better. You got to. Because then when 2060 roll around and your old ass is dead dying alone, I hope you can find a bench or a tent to sleep in or some cat food on sale at the dollar store. Because that's what your life is going to come to. The way you guys are living life, thinking that the internet is real, flying out, dating guys all over the world. You're a prostitute. They have turned all of you guys into prostitutes, and you don't even see it. You're proud to go get your nails and lashes done, put on a fucking wig or weave, make up your face, go out with a tight-ass dress that I can see through. You're proud of that, and then wonder why you ain't got no fucking respect. Why you ain't got no dignity? Why your ancestors is flipping around in they fucking graves causing earthquakes? Come on. You gotta do better, ladies. Or just fucking die alone.
All right, folks. I think that video said a lot. Now, it may have been in a tone that is not appreciated by some, but many know that it almost has to be knocked into a woman's head that you're being used as a consumer. We can't do it with kid gloves, because now when you fall in these traps, they become tradition. How the fuck is a bunny rabbit and eggs and chocolate associated with the resurrection of Christ? But we spending all kind of money on Easter. Y'all going out making y'all kids Easter baskets. This is something that's common. It's something y'all do every year. Go out, buy a new bright white or yellow or whatever color outfit and make up a basket on stuff that has nothing to do with that holiday. I don't know. It got so bad I seen commercials where a rabbit is hopping around laying eggs. What does an egg have to do with it? What does giving kids treats on Halloween have to do with demons and the devil and what Halloween is really about? Evil. This is how easily people are sold the goods to keep the economy going. On every Halloween, it's parties, all kind of costumes, all kind of money being spent. Well, now it's a regular thing. You go down a street, you'll see a house where they just spend thousands of dollars to have little monster things pop up. Little spider webs in their lawn, lights flashing, howling at a wolf. Celebrating what? A pagan holiday? That's what Halloween is. But this is how the United States works. They throw a blanket over the lady's eyes. You act like you can't see, probably because of them damn umbrellas that y'all spending money on. And then it's a consumer thing every year. Every year. You can't tell me that you ain't doing stuff on Easter or Halloween every year. Every year. They just made up holidays. Let's make up Valentine's Day for love. Love and emotion. We made up a holiday for an emotion. We don't have one for anger. When you get mad at somebody like me for the way I'm talking, not what I'm saying. You mad at the way I'm talking. But it's to the point of ridiculousness. Yes, if you're out dating and then fucking, you're a prostitute. That's the bottom line of what it is. An exchange of goods for sex. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's prostitution. I give you something that you desire, money, flowers, gifts, buy dinner. Because I don't know a woman who don't think that on a first date with a man, that man has to pay. And that's why a lot of men think on a first date, if I'm paying, you fucking. Prostitution. That's what it is. And now it's just normal. You think to get in a relationship, you need to date. This is what you believe. Just like you believe that bunny rabbit is walking around laying some fucking eggs in the yard and you have an egg hunt on Easter. Just like you believe a pumpkin got something to do with evil spirits. It's a scam. I don't understand why you think dating is the way to a relationship. It's not. It's prostitution. You all are becoming cum dumpsters. You got all kind of DNA up in the club. Every nigga that shot up the club. How much evidence they got? Y'all CSI. That's why that show's popular. Because y'all walking CSIs. Swab your pussy, they'll find all kind of DNA. This is what you fell for. And because somebody's not telling you nicely, because the nicely is not working. To tell you that it's dumb to date is not working. To tell you it's dumb to marry To fall in love is not working. You're still looking for it, but y'all dying alone in droves. More than ever before, dying alone. No accomplishments. You ain't created nothing. What are you remembered for? What are you remembered for? What was your time on earth here for? To date and be a prostitute? Is that what it was for? Where's the generational wealth in that? All of y'all looking for generational wealth, and all of y'all work every day. Is that generational wealth? Who the fuck you leaving the money to? If you make an empire, if you build this empire you want, who are you leaving it to? It ain't your fucking fatherless children. You can't leave it to them. They too irresponsible. That's why they all up in jail. All junkies, crackheads. That's the fatherless children that y'all making. So it don't even make sense. And yes, I'm going to be harsh when I say this because it's almost idiotic to me that you keep falling for bullshit. This is a cycle that you keep falling in. What the fuck with all this fake shit y'all wearing? What is that? What is that? That's a prostitute. That's what they do. Make up, go out and get something, and then get fucked. Sound like dating to me, or what you calling dating. Now, that's my view on the thing. If you got a different opinion on it, call the show. Go in the comments. Click the link. We ready to talk about it. Maybe you don't see it that way. And it's obvious that you don't. It's obvious that you don't. Community is in shambles because you don't. All right, Juice. Let's start with that first comment for this week.
All right, let's see. We got this week. Comment number 1. All right, first comment is coming from a girl named SheSo312. I don't know
What does that mean?
I don't know. I got
Is that 304 type stuff? Is it big wrong numbers?
She said, oh, so folks don't date to get to know each other? How do you get to know a person?
Okay, ladies. Here you go again, falling for the consumer thing. Date to get to know a guy. Really? That's how you get to know a guy, is dating. Or that's what you believe. Tell me something. What can you learn dating me? If we're on a date, what are you going to learn about me? The conversation is where you learn a guy. Right? Not the date. But you're going to see what I like to eat. You can't cook it. So I don't even know what that's about. Dating, you don't need to date a person to get in a relationship with them. You go on dates for celebrations. You go on dates to solidify your relationship, not to make your relationship. It's a consumer thing. It's a way to spend money. It's fucking prostitution. That's what it is. How do you get to know a man? Well, how do you get to know a man? If you don't live with a man, how you gonna know him? How many of y'all have been in relationships where everything was fine and dandy until y'all moved in together? Answer that one now. What did you learn by dating that person before you moved in with them? You didn't learn a lot. I take it because the relationship ain't last. Once y'all moved in together, it seemed like a whole different person. It seemed like Dr. Jekyll done jumped out of Mr. Hyde. Complete opposite of what you thought you knew from dating. So I don't see how dating is getting to know somebody. You should not have to go on 3 dates to know whether you're compatible with somebody or not. You're going to talk to them on the phone. With the technology today, you can FaceTime them. You'll do more time learning, talking to them, seeing what they want to like. You got to know about their family. This is the stuff that don't come from dating. It doesn't. Because when you get in a relationship, you get in a relationship not only with that person, but with their family. That's the whole point. That's the whole way we make a community. We bring families together and then they form a family. That's the community. That's the community. Your in-laws become part of your family. Your family becomes part of their family. It's all about respect, ladies, not love. If you can find a man and you can respect him and respect his family, you like his mother, you like his sisters, they like you, you can marry that guy. Y'all can get married. That's when you're gonna get to know him. That's how you get to know him. You have to live with him. And I know all of you been in relationships like that. You've been in relationships where you thought you knew somebody until y'all moved in together. You know it's a complete different thing then. Damn, you didn't know that nigga snored. You don't like the way his farts smell. You gonna learn all kinds. You cannot learn somebody until you live with them, ladies. Dating is not a way to get to know somebody. You talk to them, you vet them, you have your male relative vet them, see if you can respect this person. They can provide and protect you and take care of your offspring, and that's how you make it. That's how you make it. You have to understand that you're not bringing a lot to the table, ladies, other than some pussy. Most men can cook better than you, clean better than you, and make more money than you. So the only thing the man is really getting from you is some sex. So if you let us date you without marrying you or without committing to you and have sex, we don't have to commit to you. That's why only 26% of y'all are getting married now. Why? 80% of y'all were getting married. 80%. 8 out of 10. But now y'all giving pussy away like prostitutes for a date. So if you looking to date to get to know somebody, I think you're looking wrong, Miss 312 or 304. All right, Juice, give me another comment.
All right, I got something for you. Let's see. Second comment is, this one is from, her name is Terosia Phipps. She said, and it's in response to the video, that not all women are prostitutes, or not all women fall in the category of prostitutes for dating.
Okay. I don't understand how you think it's anything else. Not all women fall into prostitutes for dating if they're not fucking after the dates. I agree with that. If you're a virgin and you ain't gave up no sex and been on dates, you're not a prostitute.
Okay, I can go for that. But you bitches is fucking after dates. I don't know where you dating at. I don't know what guys taking you out more than once. But you're right. Maybe it's not all women. Maybe some of y'all are not fucking after going on dates. But that's a small percentage, because most of y'all fucking ain't gotta go on a date. It's a Netflix and chill society now. So it's even easier. You just getting my streaming service for some damn pussy. So that's even easier. So I agree with you. Not all women is prostitutes. But all of y'all that's dating and fucking is prostitutes. So if you in that category, you a fucking prostitute. Because that's what you doing. You fell in the gap. Got the rabbit laying eggs in your fucking house on Easter. All right, Juice, give me a number. And if any of y'all listen, if any of y'all think that y'all got a different angle on this, call the show right now. We're live. Call right now. If not, enjoy what I'm going to do to the rest of these comments. Okay, Juice, go ahead.
All right, so we got this user, I'm going to say user 375 because it's too long.
All right.
User 375, she says that women should be more selective of who they date and not be a slave to their sexual desires, as should men.
Okay, I mean, that makes sense. But honestly,
I don't think ladies date because they slaves of their sexual desire. I think y'all date because y'all lonely. Now, that's what I think y'all date for. I think y'all date because you really do believe that's the way to get to know somebody. Or you really do believe that that's the way to vet men, is dating. I don't think you guys, most of y'all, don't get me wrong, there's some y'all out here that's dating for just sex. And proud of it. There's always been prostitutes, the oldest profession in history. So there's no doubt that there are plenty of y'all that's dating for sex. But I don't think that's a majority, and I agree that not all women are doing that. But the majority of you guys are. All right, what else you got, Juice?
This is from the same user.
all right. Let's get her second question.
She's saying, it said, so you're saying your mother, your sister, your daughter, your grandmother, they brought nothing of value to their man. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, wow. User, number. That's exactly what the fuck I'm saying. Listen to this. Women, what do you bring as value to a man other than children? Other than children. Now, if you having children and ain't no man around, them children ain't even valuable. They're downturn on society. They're a burden on society. This is what you're raising. This is what I'm talking about with this show. If you're a single mom with no dad in those children's life, you're raising the degenerates of society. That's what it shows. The numbers don't lie. Look up the statistics. Please, ladies and gentlemen, look up the statistics yourself. This is not a lie. I'm not making this up off the top of my head. You've heard me say several times, these are the numbers. The same numbers over and over. The one thing about something that's a lie is you ain't gonna keep it straight. I can't argue with the numbers. It's not a lie. It's not. Women, you all have to change how you look at things. I know it's hard because you guys are consumers. They're selling you stuff. You're getting sold stuff. That's why men lie to you and say you're a dream. Then you like, this dude said all this, did all that, everything, and then all of a sudden, it's something different. Look, ladies, this show is about dating being prostitution. They're selling you that dating is a way to get to know somebody. I say it's not. You know it's not. You've been in relationships, like I said, where you thought somebody was one way till you lived with them. You're not getting to know anybody dating them. You're a consumer. You're just spending man's money. That's all. And a lot of y'all say, oh, well, sometimes I pay for the date. Then you really don't. Then you're really dumb. That's just you spending your money, just being a consumer. We already know that you will spend your money on wasteless shit. We already know that. We look at y'all. When you walk out of the house, we see it. We see it on your nails. We see it on your hair. We see it on your fucking eyelashes. We see it on some of them damn outfits that ain't but nothing but some dental floss and a fucking napkin. We see that. We know that you'll spend your money on stupid shit. And so does the whole country. So does the whole country. That's how come they keep selling you on different stuff. You're not going to get to know nobody by dating them. You're only going to be a prostitute. So quit doing it. Learn how to court. Learn how to have a man court you for marriage. Because now men don't have to do nothing but date you for sex. Ladies, it's your responsibility to retain a man once you've had sex with him. It's not the man's response. He's not irresponsible if he come up in you, you get pregnant, he leave. He got what he came for. We are hunters of sex. That's what we are. Ladies, you're supposed to get the security. That's what you're supposed to do. So we can agree to disagree, but dating is prostitution, and we know that. And the majority of the comments on this video say the same thing. They say the same thing. Men know, okay, even if a guy tell me, oh, I don't buy no pussy. Yes, you do. If you paying for dinner, if you Ubering that bitch home, if you spending any kind of money, you paying for it. So all of y'all are prostitutes, all of us are tricks. I'll go for that. Call me a trick. Don't call me no prostitute though. So that's this week's show. Listen, we want the community to take a step in the right direction. Now, I can only see that working if we point out the flaws and try to adjust to those. We're trying to sell you something that don't cost. This content is free. It's free. We're not making any money off this content. We're doing this to try to help the community. That's what we're doing. This is not something that I'm doing to bash women. I love women. Always have. Grew up with 7 sisters. Love women. Don't want to see bad things happen to women and really tired of them getting sold a bunch of bullshit. So y'all tune in next week. Well, we're going to have a new topic. We're going to talk about it. We're going to comment on your comments. And hopefully some of you guys will start calling the show and we can do that. Ladies, just remember, life is short. Don't die alone.